Warning, this podcast contains spoilers, unlike the other one that we just recorded and didn't do this. What's up, everybody? This is not the originals. We are on the ball here. We are on the Vampire Diaries podcast brought to you by TVCaptive.com from the As Seen on TV podcast crew. This would be Vampire Diaries Season 5, Episode 20, What Lies Beneath. Which is Jasper. This week, Enzo threatens Stefan and Damon's lives as the veil on the other side is getting thinner and thinner. And the travelers have Elena in their possession.
Don't they have Stefan too?
We don't know. That's I'm gonna ask you that. You hold your. Hold your horses.
We have a dragon?
Close enough. That would be Omikins. How's it going, Umi?
Good.
Okay, so do they have Stefan? Let's just spit it out right now.
I don't know. He was all like in the forest, and it was like, kind of ominous and kind of creepy. It seems like they got him.
Oh, it seemed like he anticipated. He turned around. We don't know.
Well,
we didn't see him take it. Usually, in shows like this, unless you see it happen, it didn't happen.
So what happened?
He might have gotten away.
Maybe he actually saw Enzo, and he's like, oh shit!
Could be. Or maybe he heard them and took off running.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, so now that we have that out of the way, how'd you like this episode?
No. I'm really done with this whole traveler's business.
How done are you? Enough that you don't even want to watch these last 2 episodes coming?
Actually, it's getting to that point.
Getting to that point? Well, when it finally hits that point, it's going to be too late. The season is going to be over.
The first 5 minutes of the next episode will tell me whether I'm done or not.
That is a bold statement.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the first 5 episodes is like a flashback of Stefan and Damon on a synchronized swimming team.
I would still watch that.
See, there you go. First five minutes, that's the judge of whether or not you're finishing it out. You've heard it right here.
Well, then after that, after I realize it's a flashback of synchronized swimming between, it's like, seriously. So once I realize, then the next 5 minutes of actual show will be the kicker.
I don't know where synchronized swimming came from. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The Traveler's storyline is getting extremely stale. I'm quite sick of it myself. So, luckily we had some little bit to tide us over. In the meantime, we had Enzo haunting Caroline's father's house. Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Cabin in the Woods is a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. What do you mean, no?
I don't like it.
It was a great movie.
Was that the one with Alicia Dushku?
I don't know. It's made by Joss Whedon. That's all I know.
Was it?
Yes.
Maybe I have to rewatch it. Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie.
Could be. Yes, if you have not seen it, it's a incredible movie. It takes a very unexpected twist at the end. It's chaos, anarchy. Anyway, so he's haunting the cabin. What did you think of the whole way Enzo was handling things there? Interacting, distracting. He had like this big master plan going on, drowning Elena in a tub.
Apart from the violent things, the little I'm in a mess with you things, I could see you doing that. Yes, you they're just pouring a drink. They're like, amazing drink. And you'd be like, knock it over, be like,
Maybe.
Or I could see you, like, Cards Against Humanity sketching something on one of their, charades cards about, mothers and bears and wet socks or something. They'd have to act that out.
Oh my.
I could
Lions
see
and
you
tigers
doing
and bears, oh my.
with socks.
Mm-hmm.
That would look really weird.
It would. It would. Yeah, I don't know. Just don't stake me and you won't find out. I don't know, but Damon ends up promising. I just realized, and I noticed this like the past couple weeks, and I can't stop doing it. I say I don't know a lot, and now that I pointed that out, everybody's gonna hear it forever, and you're not gonna be able to unhear it, and then you're just gonna be like, there he goes, saying I don't know again. That's why I end every discussion. I don't know. Well, I don't know. So Damon promises to bring him back from the other side. Do you think he's going to succeed? I mean, we've seen this now with Bonnie. We've seen this with Jeremy. We're about to see this possibly happen with Michael from on the originals. And we saw it with Marcos this season. Do you think Enzo's going to come back?
Well, I mean, there's definitely a lot of ways to bring people back, and we didn't even realize it. I mean, now looking back after you listed all the people, each person had a different way to come back.
I didn't even mention Alaric and Matt's rings. They keep bringing them back, but
Exactly. There's so many ways to come back. And now that, the other side is really breaking down and, it's possibly going to go away, there are probably easier ways to slip into, present time, real life kind of thing. And a lot of it probably won't even need a life for a life, which is what Bonnie did for Jeremy.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to be able to bring anyone else back? Do you think we'll see maybe Alaric? Please, Alaric? Please, 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 Alaric?
We were hoping for Alaric. It's kind of like it's a lot like, Game of Thrones, where everybody loves a character, and that character is so dead. And he's never coming back.
Yeah, but they don't have supernatural witches to bring people back. This is realistic. You can bring just about anybody back.
There is something in the books where it has to do with magic, and it's witchy, and it's a possibility. But it hasn't been written yet. Anyways, completely different tangent here in a storyline.
Alaric.
Yeah, I'd love to see him come back. I liked his character before he was the crazy, vampire hunter like Michael. And he's just, Damon's like, oh, Enzo, my only friend. Who the fuck was Alaric to you then, buddy?
Alaric,
Seriously.
I wish we just saw Alaric, like, standing in the background going, like, dick.
That would have been amazing.
But if they are going to bring Alaric back, I think they wouldn't throw him in our face so soon. They'd, like,
No.
very subtly, and all of a sudden, like, what if there's some spell that they go, and at the last second, like, Alaric kicks Enzo out of the way and comes back in his place?
It's like, hello, bitches.
It would never happen, but I would love it.
It would be amazing.
Boot him right in the face, knock him out, and just come through in his place. I don't know, like, Julie said she would love to have, what's Matt Davis? Is that the actor that played? I believe Matt Davis. She would love to have him back, but when they were bringing characters back from the other side last season, when it came up, she goes, we kind of need some characters to stay dead, because if they don't, then anybody that dies can come back, and she said, like, you feel like nothing's final, like there's always hope or whatever like that, and she doesn't want to give people false hope. And I don't know, like, it seems like they're doing that anyway. They're just bringing anybody back all willy-nilly. It's like, we can pretty much assume Cole is not coming back because he's signed onto another show right now.
Yeah.
But Cole deserves to come back. Enzo, I'd love for Enzo to come back, but get in line.
Get in line.
Get in line. We want Nathaniel, we want Matt. Get these actors back on the show. Cole and Alaric, get them back right now, immediately, if not sooner.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I said I don't know again. I just noticed that. I'm going to point it out now every time I say it. It's going to make it super, super awkward. So, we knew they were going to be playing some kind of game in the cabin. I think, was it me? I think I called. They were playing I Never. Except they called it Never Have I Ever, which I think I've heard it called that before as well.
I had no idea. I just, whatever.
It's that drinking game. Remember we were talking? You made me drink last episode.
Yeah. But I don't think we played it right.
No?
No. But still, I really didn't expect them to play any kind of game like that.
They were playing charades. I was like, I was way off. This is so disappointing. And then it's like, you want to play a drinking game? I was like, here we go.
They're already like freaking rolling in the dirt drunk. Yeah. So why not just have a few more drinks?
Why not? We learned during this game though, Caroline is getting extremely jealous of Stefan and Elena.
I know. I called it. I called that too. I was like, Caroline's gonna be batshit insane because of Elena.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not just a friend thing for Caroline anymore. She wants a lot more.
She does.
Mm-hmm.
She wants the other Salvatore brother. She's turning into Elena. One Salvatore brother wasn't enough for her.
They're just switching spots.
Yeah, exactly. There has been word from I don't remember the Candace Accola, who plays Caroline. She said somebody had asked her this or whatever, and they said that particular storyline will in fact carry over to next season, and she will make a move, is what was said. So nothing will be coming out of it this season, but I don't know. Were you interested to see Caroline and Stefan? I said I don't know again.
I actually like the dynamic between Caroline and Stefan.
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been really refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, we have Stefan. I mean, we have Damon and Elena. They shared another kiss again. Where do you see their relationship heading? Do you think they're gonna get back together?
It's gonna be the whole, makeup and breakup, that's getting as old as the Travelers. So, you know what?
That's been around since season 1, and we've kind of put up with it up until this point.
Not between her and Damon per se. I love Damon, and I'd like to see him happy. Don't like Elena, but you know what? She makes him happy. Whatever. But I mean, because she's just confused about herself, about living, about unliving, about everything. She's just dumb.
She's me?
No.
She's dumb?
No. Dumb.
Oh.
With a B, not a D. I don't know.
There's a joke in there, and I'm not touching it. I'm gonna ask you this. This is a bold prediction right here because I'm talking about end of the series prediction.
Okay.
Who do you think Elena is gonna end up with? Stefan or Damon, or neither?
No, I think at the very end of the series, Elena's gonna get offed.
Ooh.
I think she's that type of character where the end is her end.
Ooh. That'd be interesting. I know which one she gets in the books, but I'm not going to say because that is too big of a spoiler.
I haven't read the book, so...
I haven't either. Do you really think I'm going to sit around reading teen romance novels? Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
Okay.
Do I look like the kind of person that's sitting around reading teen romance novels?
You watch teen romance shows.
Thank you all for watching our podcast. I'm just kidding. Moving along. Is Bonnie being a hypocrite?
Of course she is.
She just got mad at Jeremy for lying to her. And she turns around and she does the exact same goddamn thing to him.
Of course she is. She's being a complete hypocrite about that. And the thing is, her lie is far worse than his ever was.
I want to smack her.
Mm-hmm.
I literally wanted to reach into my TV and slap her.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't condone hitting women. I don't. But I wanted to slap her.
Her Gramps could have did it. She really could have, but she didn't. I don't know why it didn't happen.
Well, she could have done it anyway, because Bonnie's neither here nor there. She's in both, so regardless,
Exactly.
She could have been slapped many times. I'm not reading chat room right now. I'm ignoring it. I'm not even going to address what was just said about me reading teen romance novels. Damn it. So then we have the Tyler and Julian story going on. And Julian is in Tyler's body. And he's trying to make it his permanent body. Do you think this is going to happen? Because we did see Catherine made Elena's body her permanent body. But that didn't mean that Elena could never come back. So do you think Julian is going to end up making Tyler his permanent body? Because we could still see Tyler at some point.
What happened to Catherine again so that she got ejected? I know it was so recent, but to me, that whole part of the storyline is just gone. She didn't get ejected with the knife.
Are you sure? I thought Stefan was the one that stabbed her. Or was it Damon?
I don't remember. Maybe it was the knife.
I'm pretty sure it was the knife.
But, I mean, we did see them burning Julian's real body, chanting some stupid shit like they always chant. And at the end, like, when he comes to, Julian's like, so I guess you didn't find my body. Ha ha ha. It's like, dude, shut up. They'll just fucking kill you.
But is Julian gonna get one of those cute little eagles tattooed on Tyler's body?
Maybe. Well, I mean, one was a dove.
That's what I meant by that statement. When they were looking for the eagle, and then Bonnie looks at it, and Jeremy's like, that's not an eagle, and Bonnie's like, it could be a cute little eagle. It's just like I face palmed on that one.
That was a good one, but still, she's lying to him.
So the travelers grab Elena at the end of the episode. Like we said, we don't know whether or not they have Stefan. If they do, it's going to make things really easy for them. If they don't, we still have 2 episodes until the finale. So we need one more episode of filler bullshit somewhere, because we know they're not going to cast the spell or whatever they're going to do, or be stopped. One of the two. Cast or stop. We know that's not going to happen until the finale. Otherwise, there'd be nothing to build up to. So, what kind of consequences do you think we're going to end up dealing with if the travelers undo their curse?
If the travelers undo their curse?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, the travelers are going to undo every other thing. Because they're all in one place. So they're going to undo witches. They're going to undo vampires. They're probably going to attempt to do something about werewolves. I mean, they're going to, make sure that...
Like we said, we don't know about werewolves.
They're still going to... the travelers are old.
Yeah, but we don't know if werewolves are a product of magic or not. We don't know that for sure. So they might not be able to undo that.
They're still typically, they are titled as a supernatural being. And I think, as far as the travelers go, anything that's not them that happens to have that tag of supernatural needs to go. And I think that's what's basic. The plan right now is just to make sure that they can, huddle together in a circle in their real bodies and nothing explodes. right? So I mean that's their first plan. But after that, it's get rid of the vampires, and they're gonna work on the witches, and then everything else after that is just gonna fall into place.
I'm curious if the other side is linked to the Travelers specifically. Because that's what happened when Marcos came through. But we've already seen other people getting pulled through from the other side before, and then it didn't do any damage to the other side.
This is true. Maybe it is. Maybe Ketsia did some crazy thing that never was revealed and has to do with the travelers.
Mm-hmm. Be really interesting to see Ketsia and um, uh, Cyrus, Silas,
Silas.
Silas, Silas and Amara come back.
I think Amara is the whole. She's completely passed on because she became mortal and then died. Did Silas take the same route?
I don't know. I thought they were. I thought they were on the other side. I thought Ketsia's plan was canceled. I don't know. I don't remember the first half of the season now.
Amara was the anchor,
Right.
and then she became mortal and she died. And I think Silas loving Amara took the same road and just decided, you know what, I don't want to be immortal anymore because my whole point was because of Amara. So he died
he
too.
took the cure, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess they're done with. But Stefan's doppelganger is technically on the other side, because doppelganger is a supernatural entity.
So we'll see him again, maybe.
Possibly. I don't know.
He's a nice guy.
I said it again. Yeah, so next week, the episode is called Promised Land. And when Stefan and Elena escape from Marcos's control, only to find themselves stranded on a remote location, Stefan gets philosophical with Elena about her relationship with Damon. So it appears Stefan is captured.
Yeah.
Either that or he's getting captured at the beginning of the episode. One of the two. We'll go with he was already captured. After their attempt to protect the doppelgangers goes badly, Liv and Luke come up with a dangerous new strategy. Dangerous new strategy? What do you think that could be?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, they're witches.
Pulling everybody through to the other side. From the other side.
Possibly. I mean, they're witches. They can cast spells just like travelers can. I don't know if there's a power difference or anything, but it's a different type of magic. But, I mean, they could probably try and cast a curse or a hex on some of the travelers.
Get Enzo back. Get some of our friends back. Lexi.
Maybe they'll do something to Tyler so that Tyler comes back and then he plays Julian and then goes in and wrecks the camp.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Damon recruits Matt and Jeremy to help him set up a trap for Marcos, who turns out to have a devastating surprise of his own. Of course Marcos has something up his sleeve.
Of course. He sees it coming.
Of course. Bonnie finally admits to Caroline that she's been keeping the truth about the other side from everyone. So she tells Caroline, but not Jeremy. Finally, while Bonnie searches desperately for a way to stop Marcos, Caroline is witness to an unthinkable act of violence by one of the travelers.
Julian? I mean, he's the only traveler they have tied up right now. All the rest of them are in a remote location, as says in the synopsis.
Yeah, but an unthinkable act of violence to one of the travelers.
Unthinkable. Really? Unthinkable? Really? I can think of a lot of things.
Unthinkable. Means you can't think of it. It can't be done. But it's unthinkable. You cannot do it. It's telling you. That's the definition of the word. You can't think it.
The thing is, somebody thought about it because it's happening.
Nope, it's unthinkable. Nobody thought of it. It just happened. That's how. It's unthinkable. Nobody thought of it. Go ahead, prove it. Think the unthinkable right now. Do it. You can't, because then you would have just thought of it, and therefore it is no longer unthinkable.
I don't have to say it if I'm thinking it.
But then you thought it, and it is still no longer unthinkable. It's not
But
unspeakable.
They wrote it. They wrote it so it's not unthinkable because they thought of it and they wrote it down and the actors acted it out. It is not unthinkable.
But what if they didn't write it down? What if it was improved and it was not thought and it just happened?
A nuke just dropped. And they didn't think of it. They're like, oh, we're just going to keep that? That's an amazing shot.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, that's totally how it happened.
That's exactly what happened. Now I need to tune in next week. I'm more excited to find out what this unthinkable act is than the actual episode.
This is true.
All of a sudden, you're going to be watching this episode and you're just going to burst out laughing. Because it's like somebody's going to throw a butterfly at one of the travelers.
And that's so violent. So violent. That is the worst thing you can do.
That is an unthinkable act of violence.
That's like in Mars Attacks where you're like, you release doves and they just start shooting things.
I love that you are now quoting that movie. Well, not quoting, but you are now referencing that movie. Movie that you hated. You wanted nothing to do with, and we sat down, we forced you to watch it. You are now... That's amazing. Omikins, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVen24.
You can find me down below at Phenomenon P. No, that's the O. MEDOM. We need the bouncing ball so you can sing along.
I'm going the wrong way. There we go.
Yeah. So you can sing along. Do 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 do. You can find us both and others on tvcaptive.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, G+, and right here on YouTube, /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. We cover everything from Supernatural, Game of Thrones, and Doctor Who. Everything in between. Till next week. See you guys later. Oh God, no. It had to be done.